Well, it has been 6 months since we first heard the shocking news that a teenage boy had been accused of killing his family right here in New Mexico. It rocked Albuquerque and really the entire country.
Yeah, that 15-year-old had been arrested, accused of murdering his parents and his brothers and sisters. Now Nehemiah Griego's family is still grieving and his future is unclear. Regina Griego, Nehemiah's aunt, is now his guardian, legal guardian. She has a very difficult job right now, dealing with the loss of her family, including her brother Greg, while trying to fight for her nephew, who is still locked up in juvenile jail.
It's a cycle every week for me to be reminded of really the tragedy and the sadness of everything. Because, you know, I miss my brother a lot, you know, but I have such compassion for Nehemiah.
Regina Griego is trying to get Nehemiah into a mental health care facility, but there's only one place in the whole state that could take Nehemiah, and it won't be easy to get him there. She says Nehemiah's defense team is looking at all options, including an insanity defense.
Rape charges against a man from a prominent Ruidoso family have been dropped. Prosecutors say he was accused of a crime that he probably did not commit. David Hubbard was charged with rape, kidnapping, and impersonating a police officer last year after a woman told police he pretended to be a cop, ordered her into his car, and sexually assaulted her. Now, according to the Ruidoso News, the deputy DA says evidence shows she may have just been angry because he might have not have paid for some type of prostitution act. The prosecutor also said that the stories she and her witness told were full of inconsistencies and did not hold up under FBI lie detector tests. Well, you may be surprised to hear, but New Mexico, including the city of Albuquerque, is heavily involved in sex trafficking.
And now local and federal investigators from here in New Mexico and from other states are working with local strip clubs to help stop that. Investigators from the Department of Homeland Security and more say more eyes are watching the human sex trafficking industry, and it runs right here through New Mexico. Investigators are hoping that the actual strip club owners can help them go right to the source of this sex trafficking.
They've actually helped us to understand the industry, allowed us to have access to a lot of the IDs and that, so we can run them and help facilitate to make sure that we don't have young children getting involved or individuals that are out there that were trafficked in.
Some strip club owners are now part of an organization called Club Operators Against Sex Trafficking. These owners will turn in other owners who are known to use underage dancers, and they say they have already saved a number of women and girls. Well, happening now at 5:34, just a few weeks, parents will be getting a break and kids will be getting be off of theirs rather, and going back to school.
Cannot believe we're talking about this already. It also means that it's time for parents to search for what to do with the kids between leaving school and going home. We have our News 13's David Romero live in the Newsplex with what he found. Hi, David.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Well, I spoke with a number of organizations on Monday, and they all told me the same thing, that they have the utmost concern for making sure that kids are using that time for learning and having a little fun in between. But as popular as the programs are, that means they are also filling up fast now and keeping kids busy with activities such as arts and crafts, field trips, as well as recreation and study time. Most of the programs are available in different parts of the city and county. One of those such programs is put on by the United South Broadway Corporation in the southwest area of town. The group works with UNM students who take care of kids in an after-school program that starts them with working on homework when they get there and then projects in the garden after, which keeps their hands and minds busy.
Oh, parents love these programs because they know not only are they in safe spaces with caring adults, but there's these constructive activities. So it's not just a sort of a babysitting of these children, but they know that it's university students and community members providing them with really sort of constructive activities that help them enhance their education and the broader sense of literacy.
Some of the major programs are put on by the city and Bernalillo County. Now, those are usually the ones that fill up the quickest. So, like your kids, do some homework first, figure out which one's going to be most suited to your schedule and where you are in town. Elizabeth, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks for that advice. There is a huge list of all of these locations, too many to list here in our newscast, but you can find them online with this story at KRQE.com. Just click under the KRQE Mornings tab.
It is the age-old question, why does a chicken cross the road? Well, in Corrales, it was probably to get away from a hungry bear. Game and Fish says, not that bear, another bear. Probably came down from the Sandias, went across town through the Bosque, the river, and wound up in Corrales, then found Tony Davis's home and a chicken in his front yard.
Last night he raided the chicken coop in my guest house over here, and he got a chicken.
They was hungry. Yesterday, Davis's neighbors spotted the bear right there, 50 feet up in a tree. They called Game and Fish. They used a P&M truck to get close to the bear. Neighbors even put bales of hay on a fence here so the bear wouldn't fall on it and get hurt. They care about this bear, like the bear cared about the chicken. Then a Game and Fish officer darted the bear. He barely hung on for a little while, fell on the air mattress. He was okay, though. Wildlife officers plan to release the bear back to the woods soon, but they have not said where the big guy, 175 pounds, is going to go. Well, people from all over the country, even the world, are now flocking to New Mexico, all because a small, rare bird is now calling our state home. Hundreds of bird enthusiasts are traveling to Bosque del Apache National Wildlife Refuge south of Socorro to catch a glimpse of that guy, a rufous-necked wood rail. These birds, none of them have ever been seen in the U.S. until right now.
At any given time during the height of it, there was probably 30 to 40 people out there at a time, and during the day in our visitor center, we were picking up probably 200 people a day, so that's maybe a quarter of the people that were actually showing up.
The rufous-necked wood rail normally lives in Central and South America, and even there it's very hard to see one. It hasn't been seen at Bosque del Apache since Thursday. Workers think he is hiding out. Maybe he's shy, doesn't like the paparazzi, I don't know. They're still trying to figure out how the bird ended up in New Mexico, and this is not the first time crowds have gathered to see out-of-the-ordinary birds at the refuge. Remember back in November, lots of people showed up to see what they thought could be a Thanksgiving turkey disguised as a crane. Still not sure what that is all about. It'd be really cool to see that guy down there.
Yeah, that is amazing. I
He's
wonder how that bird got up here.
A couple of 1,000 miles off course.
Very unique looking, that's for sure.
Without a doubt.